Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. My name is Dinkar and I welcome you all in this session. I hope everybody's doing great, feeling healthy and fine. Once again, welcome to our Saturday session on RBI Grade B Concept Building Series for ESI and FM. As you all know that we have started this series especially for all those RBI aspirants who are struggling with their basic concepts. So that is why we have come up with series in order to make sure that you became well versed with all the basic understanding, all the basic concept for either ESI, either FM or management. So that is why this special series has been built especially for all of you by the Olive Board, so that you do not feel rejected by anywhere else. Okay, so here we are providing you all the important related concepts for your concept building, so that based on that foundation you can build your own advanced knowledge. So these are so we have already taken the session on ESI. One session has already been over, one session of finance I have taken. So today is the first session on the management. Here we will be discussing some of the basics concepts of management. So this is going to be a very basic exercise today. Okay, so we are going to first discuss this, and after that we will be moving in the next session. We will be doing some of the advanced level of work in this. Okay, so may I know if you are there in the session, guys? You can just simply wave off to me in the chat box so that I know you are there in the session. If you can just simply wave off to me in the session so that I can know you are there in the session, in the chat box if you are there. Okay, so let's start with our session right away. So guys, this is RBI Grade B Concept Building Series for ESI and FM, and we are pledging for your success over here with commitment, consistency, and the celebrate. This course is offering you some of the important uh, concepts. We will be providing you with the live video batches, doubt clearing by the experts, and preparation guidance. At the same time, you will be getting the proper exam centered study. Okay, so today is the topic on management, and we will be talking some of the basics concept which are related to management. Okay, so let's start with our session, basics of management we are going to study. So first of all, what is the meaning of management? Whenever we say management, so what is this management is all about? Whenever we are talking about the management, it is like a process when we are administering, where we are controlling, and where we are controlling all the affairs of the organization. So if there is a kind of organization, like if we say this is an organization, so here we are administering this organization, here we are controlling this organization, their affairs they are controlling there, and that this is irrespective wherever you go. Okay, even if you go to an house, there is also a management. Okay, wherever you go, even a smaller to smaller place is also where management is there, even your house, even your small town, wherever you go. Okay, so management is applied everywhere. Okay, so there are around 5 M's in the management. 5 M's: men, machine, material, money, and methods. Okay, so these 5 things keeps on rotating one or the other, and these only provides the basic understanding, basic concepts of the management. They only provide the better coordination, better direction, better integration of the process and all together in order to get the desired result. So the major purpose of the management is to get the desired results. Okay, now, so there are two viewpoints. There are two viewpoints, or we call it as two type of definitions that are there in the management. One is a traditional, we call it as older viewpoints. Traditional, or we call it as a older viewpoints. And the second one is the modern viewpoint. That is the second one. Okay, so traditional and modern. When the earlier, like hundreds of years back, there is a traditional viewpoint was there, and slowly as we are advancing towards more better way, better future, we are moving towards the modern viewpoint of the management, because as we grow, we keep on finding what are the problems, and then we try to overcome those problems, and then we give that name as a modern viewpoint. Okay, so whenever we talk of the traditional, it is just like we are if you have an art of making the work taken from the other people. Okay, then in the modern viewpoint, you have to take care of the people also over there. Okay, whenever we are talking about the traditional one, it is just like planning, organizing, staffing, and everyone. Okay, then in the modern view, here we are making some conductive and proper internal environment where people are treated in a better way. People are treated in a better way. Okay, because in the earlier traditional point, people were merely treated as the machines. Okay, then in the traditional viewpoint, we are mobilizing, utilizing various type of physical, various type of human resources. Okay, and in order to achieve the goals. But here, whenever we are talking about the modern viewpoint, here we are checking what is externally going on, what is internally going on, where we are finding like where our strengths are there, where we have weaknesses there, and here we are talking both of internal and external part of a organization. Then comes the nature of management. Nature means management का nature क्या होता है? Whenever we are talking about the management, nature of management, it is multidisciplinary. Okay, it can be anything. Wherever you go, you apply management over there. Okay, it is a totally a dynamic process. Totally a dynamic process, and there is no absolute principle. Okay, everything is relative. Okay, something may be good over there, something may not be good over there, sometimes something other is better, something other is not better. Okay, management is both science, management is both art. Okay, and people treat management as professions also. And whenever we talk of the management, we also put some kind of universality over there. Okay, universality means you can apply these principles at various other places also. Okay, so now what, whenever we talk of the management, there are some characteristics of the management. Okay, management is universal. Whenever we are talking of the management, we are moving towards some kind of goal. That means we have done some goal setting, we have to move towards that. Okay, and then management is multi-dimensional. It is not like that you are moving in a single direction. You can go up, down, bottom, up, horizontal, vertical, everywhere you can go. Then management is like a group activity where you are utilizing a group of people, and here the group of people will be helping you in achieving the goals. Okay, it is not like that you are simply sitting and you say that you are doing management. No, it is management is something when you are managing something. Okay, managing it is happening with the along with the people. Okay, then management is a dynamic function and intangible. We cannot see it, but we cannot just feel it, but we can see it that something is going on. Okay, so objective of management are classified under three categories. Management have some organizational objectives. Management have some kind of social objective. Management have some kind of personal objective. Okay, organizational is totally a professional. Social is why how we are dealing with the people in the social environment, and third one is a very very personal, that is personal object. Okay, then comes levels of management. Whenever we talk of the levels of management, these are the three parts, that is the most most visible part of the management. Okay, we have top level management, we have a middle level management, and a lower level management. Okay, so whenever we are talking about the upper management, here we are talking about the jobs like CEO, CFO, chief operating officer, chief technical officer, vice president, all these people. Okay, so what is the task of these upper level management people that we are going to do? So normally these top level management people normally discuss about the long term goals. Okay, they set long term goals. They decide like what in the future the product that we wanted to launch, marketing strategy, marketing the business. Okay, so big decision they normally take. Okay, then comes the middle management. They interpret the plan, like the plan that is coming from the top, they interpret that. Okay, they interpret that, they sets the action, they provide the role to the regional office, plant manager, and various other people. And these lower level management implements the lower level management implements the same. Okay, like they have a team leader, assigned manager, shift manager. So they keep on the that is, these are the people who are at the core of the production of the activities. Okay, so this is how our management level are being divided. Okay, so there is a too much of difference between traditional and modern. Okay, it is just like getting things done by the other. Okay, here we are making the organization productive, more efficient and functional. Okay, normally planning, organizing, staffing. Okay, here we are looking for internal environment also. In the traditional viewpoint, here we are utilizing human just to achieve their goals. Okay, but here we are coping with a changing external environment. At the same time, we are checking for the strength and the weakness of the organization all together. Okay, so there's a difference between traditional and normal viewpoint. Now, how this management concept has been evolved, very important, how this management concept has been evolved. So there are theories are there that has been given by the various people during their times. So they are divided into classical theories, neoclassical theories, and modern theories. Okay, whenever we talk of the classical theory, we go deep into the very around hundreds 200 year back. Neoclassical theories is like a recent phenomena only, but it is like 60, 70, 80 years old. Modern theories are right now which is started in 50s, 60s and all the time. Okay, so this is how evolution of management is done. 1880 to 1930 was a classical management theory. Okay, where we are talking about the scientific, administrative, and bureaucratic theories are there like a one, two, and three. Then we come into the neoclassical management theory where human relation and behavior, one human and second is behavioral analysis was there. Then modern management school come where we are talking about the system development approach, contingency approaches, and various other approaches are there. Okay, so now we will be studying all these one by one. Okay, so classical theory are three important persons who are there. One is Weber, Max Weber, Taylor, and Fayol. Henry Fayol and Taylor and Weber. So scientific theory, management theory is given by the F.W. Taylor. Administrative theory was given by Henry Fayol, and bureaucratic theory was given by Max Weber. So these theory are also called traditional or empirical approach. Empirical. So if you somebody say tell some about the empirical approach, so you have to tell classical theories only. Okay. So now we'll just getting into a little bit detail about that. Okay. So scientific management theory was given by Frederick Winslow Taylor. Okay, the main task is that he wanted to make sure that how the job can be done in a best way and with a greater efficiencies, and how we can take out the maximum use of any worker. Okay, but there was a problem that was associated with it. Okay, because whenever we are doing some kind with related to a factory system, okay, so there are numerous problems. Okay, like productions and labor control. Okay, so the manager cannot solve all the problems over there, and they cannot do hit and trial method. Okay, now we keep this much of labor, let's see what will happen. Okay, now we will make this much of product, so let's see what will happen. Okay, so there is a problem by trial and error. Okay, so this is a costly method. Okay, and you cannot even predict any kind of result, like whether whatever you are doing, whether you are going to get actual benefit of that or not. Okay, so that was a theory that was given by the F.W. Taylor. Okay, and he has also written a book that is called Principle of Management in 1911. Right. So then comes our Henry Fayol. He has given the administrative theory of management. Administrative theory means he focused on the formal organization of a formal organization. First of all, make it organization proper formal. Okay, it is not like that we don't know who is doing what kind of work, who is commanding these people, whether that person has some kind of power or not. Okay, so we have to make sure that first of all proper functional approach should be there. So 5 steps he has given. First of all, you plan the things, you organize the thing, then you start commanding the thing. During the commanding you give coordination also, then after that controlling. That is that 5 things are there which has been declared by the Henry Fayol if you really wanted to properly run any organization. So Henry Fayol has given 14 principles. These are the 14 principles. Okay, division of work, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, interest, remuneration. Okay, centralization, scalar chain, order, equity, stability of tenure, instability, and esprit de corps. Okay, so these are some. These are the 14 principles. These are the 14 principles which our Henry Fayol has given in order to achieve success in any organization. Then comes Max Weber. He gave bureaucratic theory of management. He said that there are two important elements are there if you wanted to go for anything. First of all, you should have a hierarchy, top to bottom hierarchy should be there, and clearly defined rules should be there. These are the two things. Hierarchy is the first one and clearly defined rules are the second one. Okay, so as per Max Weber, you have 6 principles. Divide the labor, proper division of the labor, like who is going to do what kind of work, that is the proper division of labor. Okay, chain of command, like you have given, like if this is not there then what is the command, then if that is not there then what is the command. So you have proper chain of command should be there. Okay, then property difference, separation of personal property and official property. Okay, and properly applying all the consistent and complete rules. Selection should be done, selection of the employee should be done based on promotion, should be done on based on the qualification, and training on the job, training in the job and skills should be given to all those people. Okay, training should be given to all those people during the job itself. Okay, so now we have read 3 theories: Max Weber, Henry Fayol, H.W. Taylor, but there are some of the problems that are related to these theories. Okay, So in the classical theory, the main thing is that they were just only talking about the productivity. Okay, they are just mainly focusing on the productivity by changing the organizational structure. Okay, they were humans were simply considered as machine. Okay, they think that wherever we put the humans, they start working over there. Okay, humans were not treated as human beings. Okay, they are treated as machines. Okay, so this led to huge amount of criticism. Okay, so because of this criticism, they have moved towards the neoclassical theories. Neoclassical theories like how you can inculcate the respect for the human being also into your job. Okay, so these are the neoclassical theory where we are putting some of the human related aspects also in the management. Okay, human related aspects also we are putting into the management. So these are coming into the neoclassical theories. Okay, so there are two things that are there in the neoclassical theory: human relationship movement and behavioral. Okay, two, one and two, human and behavioral. Okay, so whenever we are talking about the human relationship movement, okay, we are finding like how we can encourage the better performance, how we can encourage the worker to go for a better performance. Okay, so for the human relationship model, two persons were there. First is Elton Mayo and second one is Mary Parker Follett. Okay, so they both were worked towards the, and they have done a great contribution in the human relationship approach. Okay, then comes so we will be discussing what is the work done by Elton Mayo. Okay, so Elton Mayo was the father of human relationship approach. Okay, and he was known for Hawthorne effect. Everybody should know that Hawthorne studies were conducted. Okay, Hawthorne studies were conducted, and he was the father of those studies because he has done various kind of research. He has done various kind of experiment in order to see what is the effect of these studies on the human behavior. Okay, so now we are going to study these behavioral what Hawthorne studies were all about. Okay, so Hawthorne studies like they have checked what is the effect when we try to increase the lighting of any place. Okay, if we increase the lighting intensity of any workplace, what is the effect on the human relation? Okay, then second one is the experiment that is done on relay assembly test. Okay, relay means if we change the various conditions in which that person is doing a job, what is the effect of it? Okay, then third one is that interviewing program. Interviewing means here we are looking like who is the supervisory practice and employee. Like between the supervisor and between the employee, we are doing various type of investigation, and whether we are checking that what is the what is the employee morale with respect to their supervisor, whether supervisor because of the supervisor their morale is going down, or whether because of their supervisor their morale is going up. Okay, so what is the employee attitudes towards the company, what is the employee why employee thinks supervisor as what. Okay, whether company is giving any insurance plan to the people, whether what is the role of promotion, what is the role of wages. Okay, then the fourth study that has been done on the Hawthorne study was bank wiring room. Okay, so here social groups are formed and individual work behavior, like how social control are put in over there. Okay, then the second under this study was behavioral science movement. Okay, so this human relationship model has been extended to behavioral science model, and they have interpreted they have put more emphasis on the interpersonal relationship, like how we are personally interacting with employees, what is the how we are behaving towards my employee, attitude and behavior towards each other. Okay, so against few people who are there: Maslow, Douglas McGregor, Lickert, Keith Davis, Chester Barnard. These are all the people who were the major theorists in the behavioral science. Okay, so these are the people. Maslow, motivation theory, he has given. Douglas McGregor has given XY motivation theory. Renses Lenkart have given the leadership theories. Okay, so these are all the theories that has been given by the under the neoclassical model. Okay, so there is a good amount of difference between classical and neoclassical theories. So normally in the classical we are looking for economic portion. Okay, in the neoclassical we are looking for the emotions. Okay, it is impersonal, it is social and formal. Okay, classical is totally disciplined, but here we are looking for the social needs, security and recognition. Whenever we talk of the classical, it is autocratic, we are ordering something. review. And whenever we are talking about the new classical, it is the democratic. Okay, whenever we are talking about the classical, we are looking for scientific, administrative, and bureaucratic studies. But in the new classical, we are looking for the personal human relationship touch. Okay, fine. Now comes the modern theories. Modern theories are very important because they are totally based on the scientific use of the knowledge and then applying into the management practices. Okay, so normally they focuses on the, like, as you all know that the management is not a real straightforward thing. Management is never a straightforward thing, or there are good amount of complexities are there in the management, and there is a various type of multiple linkages are there, multiple interactions are there between workers and the environment. So there is huge amount of permutation and combinations are there, and that is why we have to put good emphasis on men's and technology both together. Okay, both together we have to put the emphasis, equal emphasis on the men's and technology. Okay, so there are three theories that has been given under the modern theory. One is mathematical approach, or we call it as quantitative approach also. Then we have a second theory that has been system approach, and the third study that has been given is a contingency approach. Okay, so now we are discussing about the mathematical approach. Mathematical approach is also called a science approach, quantitative approach, or operation approach. These four, or all the four names are same only. If you can utilize any of the name, it is fine. You don't have to worry about anything. All the names are same. Okay, so whenever we talk of the quantitative approach or mathematical approach, we are utilizing the mathematics in finding out the management. Okay, we are using data, we are using numbers in order to find out the statistic. We are checking for the problem solving. Okay, in the we are utilizing the inputs, material, capital, and everything, and then we are checking whether we will be able to properly, smoothly run the goods and services or not properly or not. And then information system is utilized for analyzing the past data, and we also providing the loop mechanism, like if something happens at the end, and then we can just simply convert it, and then we can just check it like a looping system, where the error, if any error is there, it is again feed it back to the system, and again it has been corrected. Okay, so under the important quantitative approach, we have two things are there: CPM method and PERT method. In the CPM, that is called critical path method, and PERT method, it is called program evaluation review technique. Okay, so how this mathematical approach normally goes? Whenever we talk of the mathematical approach, like if we start something, if A takes 3 weeks, B takes 4 weeks. Okay, then we decide like we go for A, then C, then F, then D. Okay, and if we go from A, then D, so we are deciding like which process is easier for me to carry, which will take time. So it is like, if some process need time, that is okay, but project has to be done properly. Sometimes we need that project has to be done in a very shortest time, so we decided the other process. Okay, so there is a difference between PERT and CPM. Okay, so whenever we talk about the PERT, it is event oriented. Okay, CPM is activity oriented techniques. Whenever we are utilizing the PERT method in finding out the management techniques, it is unpredictable, like it may take any the results can be anything over there. Okay, but in the CPM technique, we are critically following a single path, and that is predictable. Okay, so PERT techniques normally focus on time control. Okay, that means time should be saved. In the CPM technique, we have to check cost optimization, that means cost should be less. Okay, so these both are developed near the same time in 1958 and 57. Okay, and PERT technique is normally a probability model, and CPM is a deterministic model. So these are the difference between. In the mathematical approach, we are using two methods: PERT method and CPM method. So based on the company, whether company wanted the cost of optimization, whether the company want time control, so based on that, company can utilize any of the method. Okay, so now comes the system approach. Okay, the second one is system approach. Okay, here if we say this is a big system. Okay, so this system is divided into subsystems. Okay, the system is divided into subsystem, and these subsystems are independent of each other, but their data is getting saved at particular way. Okay, so all these subsystems are working independently, and they are sending their data into a single system. Okay, like your material, energy, information, or anything. Okay, so we have divided into different systems. Okay, and the way one system is working is not affected the other. Like if this is a system, and these are the subsystems of that. Okay, so if this system is not working properly, we can just simply shut off this system and start working on that. It is not like that we have to shut the whole system. Okay, it is not like that we have to shut the whole system. Okay, otherwise if we are not providing, if we are not separating out the system from the subsystems, then we don't know where the problem is getting created and it may lose time over there. Okay, so who is the person who has defined these things first? Chester Bernard was the first one to utilize this system approach. Okay, Chester Bernard was the first one to utilize this, and he said that you have to keep a balance between the event and the conflicting force. Like events are going on already, and you have to make sure that all the conflicting force should be keep on balancing. Then the third one is contingency approach. The third, that is the last one, that is called contingency approach. So this contingency approach is also developed from the system approach, and they are just making sure that we have to focus on the integrating theory with their practices. So what is the theory and what we are putting into the practice, they have to be all together. Okay, so contingency approach says that we cannot say that single thing is best approach. There is no single thing that we call it as a best approach, and rather everything depends on the situation. Based on the situation only you can decide like what management you have to do. It is not like that you say that this is the single set management formula. Okay, you said this is the formula and everywhere you have to apply this. Okay, no, you, that is going to be a failure model. Okay, it depends on the situation. As per the contingency model, every uh, management has to be based on the situation, and based on that different type of management technique has to be applied. Okay, so here both, where behavior is a subunit and dependent on the relationship with other subunits. Okay, so if we change the behavior of any subpart, we have to try to change the same and influence of the behavior on that unit. Okay, so under the contingency approach we have some theories has been given. So this theory you will be coming to know in the leadership qualities. You have to go to lead in the management theories. So under the contingency model we have management by objective, MBO, management objective, very important theory that has been given by the Peter Druckers. Okay, so as per the management by objective, they focuses on the participative management practices, where all level people, from where manager from all level, they have to sit together. They try to set the goals all together. They checks the individual performance, and then they are checking with the organizational performance, and they are collaborating the data all together so that maximum use of the person can be taken. Okay, then other theory was given by the Tom Peters. Other theory was given by the Tom Peters. He also advocated the concept of liberation. Liberation means you should not have a rigid organization. You should not have a rigid organization. Rather, your organization should be always very, it should remain very flexible. And if you are very rigid, then you may break something, this management practice. Okay, if you keep on flexibility, then you may have a longer relationship of the people, because people do not like the rigid behavior. If anybody is rigid, people do not like that. Okay, so you have to remain flexible. As per the theory of Tom Peters, so the management practice should be of a liberation management. Okay, now some of the important things, the role of manager in organization. So whenever we are talking about the role of manager, what is the role of manager? So manager is a well-known researcher, what we call it as uh, the role of manager was exactly defined by the Henry Mintzberg. Okay, he is a management research, he studied actual manager at work. Okay, so he has given that, he has divided like what is the role of manager in different fields. So three heads are there in which manager normally works. Manager normally works in the interpersonal role, manager works in the informational role, manager work as a decision role maker. Okay, so how these are going to work? So under the interpersonal role, manager acts like a figurehead, acts like a leader, acts like a license. Okay, under the interpersonal role, manager has these kind of roles. Then during the information role, when manager is acting like an information role, manager keeps on monitoring the things. Manager is act like a disseminator of information, like passing the information from one place to the other. And manager also acts like a spokesperson to the people. Okay, then what is the role of manager in the decision making? Manager is an entrepreneur. Manager, if any problem happens, any disturbance happen, manager comes and take the decision over there. Manager only decide like what resource will be utilized by which person, and manager acts a negotiator whenever anything where we have to negotiate with anybody. So these are all the decision role that manager takes, these are all the role information role that manager takes, and these are all the interpersonal role that manager takes. Okay, so interpersonal role like leader, manager plays a role of leader like planning, organizing, guiding. Then license means how they can effectively communicate the vision of to the employee. Like the organization have some kind of vision, how they you can easily put that vision into your employees. Okay, so that is the role of the manager whenever they are working as a license. Okay, and figurehead means they are like whenever any customer is coming, they will be talking with the manager only. So it is like a figurehead, like if any customer is coming, so who will you say that to meet? Okay, you will say you can talk to my manager. Okay, so this is like a figurehead, it is what. Then information load, what? Monitoring, disseminator, and spokesperson. Whenever we are talking monitor, it is checking all the internal information, internal and external information. Disseminator means they are disseminating the information to the lower hierarchy. And spokesperson, obviously, whenever they are talking outside the transmission of the information of the organization, they are, if they wanted to give any press note, if they wanted to tell any kind of reports or anything, to act like a spokesperson. Okay, then in the decision making role, they are acting like a entrepreneur, they are a initiator people. Error handling, like if any type of corrective measure is required, they normally take. Resource allocator, like who will be utilizing what kind of, where you are going to use money, how many human resources will be utilized, which machine, what machine, all these things manager only decide. Negotiator is like that whenever they are dealing with the customer, they have to negotiate based on like competitors, salaries, various type of products and everywhere everything. So manager acts like a negotiator. Okay, so these are all the important things that we have to discuss. These are the basics of management today we have discussed, guys. So in the next Saturday, we are going to discuss more deeper into the topic, and we will be talking some of the important topic of ESI on that lecture. Okay. So guys, if you have any query to ask, please ask me right now. If you have anything, because in the session nobody has talked. So if you have any query right now, please talk to me right now. Anybody has any query? I'm sitting here for 1 minute. If you can wanted to say, please say it to me. Any query you have? Anybody has any query? Please tell me. Guys, we are running our RBI Grade B mentorship batch for 2023. Only 100 seats are there. Only 100 seats are there, and the seats are filling very, very fast. Seats are filling very, very fast. And if you wanted to join these courses, if you have wanted to join the courses, please join this, because here we are providing you with a very dedicated mentor who will be providing you with all the type of mentorship for 6 months. Rigorous preparation will be providing to all of you, and based on that, you will be cracking this examination RBI, because you will be getting a customized study plan for yourself, and we will make sure that you crack this examination at an easy pace. Okay. Rahul is saying English is weak. For Rahul, I just wanted to say that here, uh, it is by practice only you can overcome this difficulty. Okay, it is because of uh, only by practice you can come over this difficulty, because if you start practicing from now, you will develop a very good quality of English, and you will see that whatever is the change that you have. Okay, if you really wanted to improve your English, just start reading a newspaper. I am not saying that you have to read full newspaper, don't study for news. Okay, don't worry about at least one article every day you read. Just one article you read every day. Just see the flow in that. उसका फ्लो देखो, कैसा फ्लो जा रहा है, ठीक है? तो थोड़े थोड़े टाइम में वो फ्लो आपके अंदर आ जाएगा, वो थोड़ा थोड़ा फ्लो आपके अंदर आ जाएगा, फिर आप देखोगे कि आप आसानी से चीजें कर पाओगे. यू विल बी एबल टू डू ऑल दीज थिंग्स. ओके, it is not like that you have to go for any English course in order to do this. No, during this preparation time only you can easily get control over your English. लेकिन ज्वाइन करो कोई चीज. When we will be forcing you to do work, when we will say okay, do answer writing practice, right now you have to write this essay, आप गलती करेंगे, आपका टूटा फूटा इंग्लिश भी आएगा, लेकिन आएगा तो उसके बाद आप बिल्डअप करोगे ना अपना, राइट? हाँ, करो, बिल्कुल करो. दिस दिस वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. लेकिन कोई एक ऐसी जगह ज्वाइन कर लो, प्लीज ज्वाइन एट सम प्लेसेस दैट we are already running a mentorship batch. Okay, you join something where somebody is forcing you to do the work. Right now what will happen, अभी क्लास हो गया, आप चले जाओगे, भूल जाओगे, ठीक है. Mentorship batch में we will be putting a dedicated mentor for you that will be pinching you every time you have to do this. Okay. uh, Romero W, are you a mentor in the mentorship program, sir? Why you wanted me as a mentor or something else? You wanted me or not, or I should go? See, I really don't know who is going to be the mentors, because this program is highly coveted of the olive board. They are deciding like who, which mentor they have to keep, because it is for the RBI Grade B examination. So they wanted to make sure that oh, you need me as a mentor. See this. Okay, okay. See, Romero. First of all, this is a highly coveted examination, and it requires a very good amount of people for the mentorship. Okay, so this is just a pick. You don't worry about these are only going to be the mentor. Okay, there are many more mentors are there. Okay, there are many more mentors are there. These are the people that we have simply shown. Okay, but dedicated mentors will be there. Maybe I may be also there. Okay, so you don't worry about that. Maybe I also there. Even I'm not there, but I will be there for helping you out in all the way possible, because once you join the mentorship batch, you will be get connected with, by the all the teachers of the Oliveboard. Okay, so you can be taking a good amount of help from all of us. Okay, so you don't worry about that. You just join the mentorship batch. We will make sure that you will get a very good customized study plan, dedicated mentor, and then you will be getting all the help for the rigorous 6 months. You will be getting all the help, and we will make sure that you will crack this examination at a very easy pace. Okay, fine. So anything else anybody wanted to discuss, anything else you wanted to say or something like that? Anybody else who wanted to say anything? Thank you, Romero. Thank you, Romero. And just one request from you is that once the session gets over, please just provide me some beautiful comments on the comment box, okay? And also share this video with your friends so that those who are in need, they can also take the help of that. Okay, guys. So thank you so much. I'll be seeing you again from Monday, 9 a.m. with PIB session. Okay. Then on Wednesday, 9 p.m. live mint session. Okay, and again Saturday 9 p.m. we have basic concept building series of RBI. Okay, so I'll be seeing over there. Please download this app, RBI Nabard SEBI proprietary app of the Olive Board, and this is an exclusive channel that we have created for the regulatory bodies. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining. Have a great day, a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you on Monday. Bye bye. Take care and good night.